Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again today. Sorry that I've been away for so long, but please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that very much, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, so we have another one here from Breitbart, and apparently the far left Disney lost $134 million on Indiana Jones 5, which is not surprising, since it was a total and complete turd. Alright, so here we go. The Disney lost $134 million on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny per financial statements reviewed by Forbes. Per Forbes, the flop's total budget before promotion costs swelled to $387 million. Worldwide gross is a pathetic $384 million. A safe calculation that after the theaters take their cut, which in cases of most theaters, I believe they get anywhere from 30 to 50%. Oh, the studio receives 50% of the gross. Okay, so I thought that Disney, kind of screwed over movie theaters by making them give them like a 60% cut or something like that. But I guess it was a 50% cut. In this case, that would be $192 million. Once you add in promotion costs and subtracts tax incentives, Forbes estimates a $134 million loss. Which seems reasonable over the next decade or so, thanks to what is known as ancillary television licensing, home video, etc. Dial of Destiny could creep back into the black. Still, the Indiana Jones movie is supposed to be guarantee hundreds of millions in profit, not a long slog toward breaking even. Even if you don't account for 16 years of inflation, Dial of Destiny still grossed about $400 million less worldwide than 2008's Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which itself was not a great movie, but it definitely was not Dial of Destiny. Without inflation, the 1981 Raiders of the Lost Ark grossed $367 million worldwide, Temple of Doom $333 million, and Last Crusade $474 million. To understand what a failure Dial of Destiny is, here's a worldwide gross comparison adjusted for inflation. Raiders, $1.276 billion. Temple of Doom, $994 million. Last Crusade, $1.186 billion. Crystal Skull, $1.134 billion. And Dial of Destiny, a pathetic $384 million. Dial of Destiny only came in last place with a $610 million behind second to last place. No one in the entertainment media, dares tell you the truth, but this is how much trouble the Disney brand is in. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is a dreadful, one of the worst franchise sequels I have ever seen at the time. It felt like I was the only one saying so, but America appears to have caught up with me nevertheless. That hunk of crap still made a freaking fortune. That's how much goodwill the franchise and the characters of Indiana Jones has built up over the decades. Then Disney comes along, scoops up Lucasfilm, and destroys everything it touches, including Star Wars. Instead of being fun, sexy, and compelling, everything Disney produces is anti-fun and anti-human nature. True. Our heroes are emasculated and or have the best qualities betrayed. Suddenly there's gay sex, political lectures, scolding and affirmative action, no joy, no laughs, just oppressive guilt and insults. You can't even relax and enjoy the movie because you know another left-wing sucker punch is coming. Okay, hang on just a second here. So, basically, to wrap up this video, pretty much everything Disney has laid a finger on in the past 4 years, 5 years perhaps, has gone down a tube straight into the crapper and flushed, floating somewhere in a sewer, in the turds and the pee and the urine and the mutated alligators. It's all gone to crap. And I myself am a big Indiana Jones fan, perhaps bigger than Star Wars, bigger than, well, maybe not Star Trek, because I love some Star Trek, The Next Generation especially. Not the Picard series that Paramount put out. I did enjoy the 3rd season of Picard, but that's neither here nor there. But Indiana Jones is right up there in the top of my favorites. Especially the first 3. Now the 4th one, like I said, wasn't great. Had some very silly moments. The first thing that comes to mind is the surviving a nuclear blast in a refrigerator and stuff like that. But perhaps Shia LaBeouf was not a great addition to the cast. However, in the Dial of Destiny, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, they kill off Shia LaBeouf's character, Mutt, off screen in a war. So I'm sure Shia LaBeouf didn't want to return to the franchise anyway. But they made Indiana Jones in this movie a pathetic, broken down, has-been, pining for death, and it was horrible. You don't want to see your heroes acting like that, like they're just pathetic. I mean, even that far along into the series, I mean, here's what I believe they should have done. Definitely not put Phoebe Waller-Bridge in the movie and gave her like she's the all-powerful Phoebe Waller-Bridge, you know, and just made Indiana Jones even more pathetic. What they should have done is set up a retirement story for Indiana Jones. He's getting ready to retire from his teaching position at the school that he taught at. He's getting ready to retire from adventuring. Him and Marion are happily married, and again, a spoiler, in the movie they're on the either the precipice of they're on the precipice of divorce. They're separated. Indiana Jones is living in squalor, pretty much, in a pathetic little apartment. Again, making him broken down and pathetic, you know. But what should have been, he's on the verge of retirement. They're living a happy life, married couple. Maybe Mutt's off doing his own thing somewhere. They didn't have to kill him off. He didn't have to be on screen. Shia LaBeouf didn't have to return, but they could have said, oh, he's off living his best life, doing something, you know, whatever. But what they should have done is have Ke Kwan, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, should have had him come back as Short Round and got Indiana Jones into one last adventure. You know, Short Round could have picked up the mantle of Indiana Jones, and he's become an adventurer. He's out doing, he's finding lost treasures. He's doing basically the same thing Indiana Jones used to do. That is what they should have done. And somehow, some way, Short Round comes back into Indiana Jones's life, and he's in trouble. He's gotten himself into some kind of trouble where he's in over his head, and he needs the help of Indiana Jones, and he pulls him back in for one last adventure. And that is the way it should have been. All kinds of spectacular stunts, all kinds of this, all kinds of that. And that is the way the last movie should have been. Not this broken down, pathetic, on the verge of divorce, found out his son is dead, just sad version of what used to be. They should have let him have one last, final, great adventure. And they should have wrapped up the series and ended it. Instead, they pretty much killed, the Indiana Jones franchise. Maybe even Ke Huy Quan could have gone forward in his own spin-off series where he's adventuring across the world. That would have been fine with me. Maybe have a cameo from Harrison Ford in his own movie or something. He didn't have to star in it. Maybe just somehow he had a cameo of some kind. But that even would have been better than what we wound up with. And as you see here, $134 million lost. Now that's another thing that these big Hollywood movies, the budgets have gone crazy because of one thing. There's so many people on these movies that are completely unnecessary now. The sensitivity people, the people like that. These are unnecessary people that just take up money from the budget. What Hollywood should do, and this is, again, my opinion, purge everybody who is not necessary to a movie. Get them off your studio lots. Get them away from your movies. Fire them. Say goodbye. Anybody that's not a necessary opponent to your, a necessary component to your movie, bounce them down the road. Get rid of them. That would be the best thing for Hollywood to do. And also, a movie like this doesn't need a $134 million budget, $150, $200, $300 million budget. You can do a fun movie like this, $80, $90 million, maybe 100 at the most, and you can make a really fun movie. In some cases, really good movies, even coming out now, have budgets of like $10, $15 million, and they're better and more fun than these big budget Hollywood flops that are coming out now. And the Disney for sure is the wrong way to go. They're going in the complete wrong way for any type of movie, and they're just proving it over and over and over. And in some cases, other studios, not Disney, but other studios are realizing, this is not the way we should be going. We should be doing movies that get us money. Now, they're still too afraid to move away from, the DEI and inclusion and blah, 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 blah. They're too scared to move away from the woke stuff too fast, and that's for sure. Because they think that people aren't going to accept it, or people are going to rebel against. If we try to turn away from this stuff, people are going to get angry. People are going to talk, and here's reality. Yes, some people will complain. But you know what? These are people who would not have bought tickets to your movies anyway. These are people who would wait for the movie to come to be on the high seas, if you know what I mean. They're not going to spend money on your movie. They're not people you have to worry about. They are a minute part of the people that are watching these movies, or not watching these movies, I should say. They are a minuscule, tiny portion. And yes, they'll complain on Twitter, but why should you care about that? At this point, I know you, for some reason, focused on Twitter, and I'm not going to call it X, that's freaking stupid. But for some reason, you focus on Twitter as the end-all and be-all of your critics, which they are definitely not that. They're just people. And their opinions, again, they are a tiny, minuscule portion of your audience. Whatever they say doesn't matter. What matters is the people that go to the theaters, pay their money, buy the merchandise you put in the bigger theaters, like the Dune popcorn bucket and the Ghostbusters Ghost Trap popcorn bucket and all those, and then they buy the concessions from the concession stand. They buy their popcorn, they buy their snacks, they buy their drinks. Then they go into the theater and sit their butt down and watch the movie. Those are the people you should be worried about, not the people on Twitter saying, "Oh, you have to have diversity and inclusion. You have to have a strong female. You have to have a strong woman. You have to have all this. You have to have all that." They're not the people that you should be concerning yourself about. The people that you should concern yourself about are the actual people that go and watch the movie. And you should give them a fun ride, a fun experience, entertainment that they can get. They can go in and shut their mind off for a couple of hours and not have real world crap infest their entertainment. They go to these theaters to get away from all this stuff, away from the politics, away from, what's going on in the world. They can shut their brain off for 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours. They can just stop. And you're making it impossible. You're destroying their much needed fantasy relief. And people don't like that. Now, what you're concentrating on is all these people on Twitter that are saying, "Oh, stunning and brave, blah, blah, blah." And you're getting your DEI money, and you're getting this, and you're getting that. And that's all you're getting. I mean, look, 134 million loss. And it's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And the further down the woke pipeline you go, the worse it's going to get. Now, at this point, people know if they see the name Disney on a movie, they know what to expect and they know to avoid it. Even if you make a swerve and go back into just fun family entertainment, it's going to take years for people to come back to Disney. But in the meantime, if you still continue on the path that you're on, you're going to keep losing money and you're going to keep losing people. And all the DEI money in the world will not save you. And it's just going to be blah. You know, and other studios, if they continue to try to follow Disney and diversity and inclusion and blah, 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 take the Madam Web movie, take the Marvels, and people keep saying, superhero fatigue, blah, blah, blah. That's just something that the critics made up, the media has made up. What it is the people you have working for you, writing these movies, directing these movies, creating these movies, they suck. All right, you've got people, you brag about this, which is just, in my opinion, it's insane to me. Absolutely 100% insane to me that you will hire people because they did not read the comics. That is the height of stupidity, in my own personal opinion. But tell me what you think down in the comments below. I would appreciate that very, very much. Again, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate anybody that does that. I appreciate anybody who has taken the time to watch the video. If you've made it this far along, I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want you all to have a great, great day. And I know I got off on a bit of a rant there. I apologize for that, but I try to keep my rants down to way less than what this became, because this just hit my anger spot, I guess you could say. In the words of one of my favorite YouTubers, Doomcock, you've got to stay angry. Which, paraphrasing, of course, but still. Again, if you've made it this far, thank you so very much. Please have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.